Okay, so we'll start loosening up. I hope other folks didn't give up. Shake the whole body. And let's loosen up the waist. Okay, now bring your feet together and we'll loosen up the knees. And change direction. Hello, Michael and Dorothy.
Hi, Sifu.
Hey. And now we'll do the ankles. So I've been told I'm wearing a spot in the carpet here. I thought, why don't we just get rid of all this stuff and turn it into a permanent video studio? And change direction. And now the other foot. Change direction. All right, I want to start off this morning with the exercise for the heart. Since it's summer season and the season of the heart. So, a little bit of background before we start. We're going to be using two channels, and one of the channels we're going to be using is the heart channel, which runs from the center of the armpit down the inside of the inner arm, the little finger side of the inner arm down to the tip of the little finger. And of course, the channels are bilateral, so we have one on the right side as well. Then the other channel we're going to be using is the Spleen Channel, which starts on the outside of the big toe and runs up the inside of the leg. And of course, there's one on the right side as well. So inside the torso, the spleen channel and the heart channel connect. We don't have to worry about that connection, but what we're going to do is we're going to draw Qi up the spleen channel, and we'll just imagine Qi coming up the inside of the leg and then connecting to the heart one here in the armpit. And then we're going to lead the Qi out the heart channel, down the arm and out the little finger. So you'll feel that happening on both sides of the body. Now the physical part of this is going to be that we'll stand with our feet hip width apart, and we'll inhale and hold the breath. Then we'll lift the arms up like this, turn the palms in, and turn the palms down, and then while still holding the breath, we're going to draw the Qi, use the mind to draw the Qi from the outside of the big toe up the inside of the leg into the center of the armpits. And then we're going to open the mouth slightly, put the tip of the tongue against the bottom teeth with a little bit of pressure, and exhale, make the healing sound for the heart, which in this routine is K. K. So this is the instructor's sound. Instead of H, he uses K. So we'll follow his instructions, Master Leon. And K. Visualize all the impurities flowing out of the heart channels. So we inhale and hold the breath. Lift the arms up. Turn the palms in. Turn the palms down. Draw the Qi up the spleen channel and into the armpits. Exhale, open the mouth slightly, tongue against the bottom teeth, bottom front teeth. Exhale, and all the impurities flowing out of the heart channel. Now you may feel a little sensation in the little fingers, and that's totally normal. That's an indication that Qi is actually flowing out the heart channel there. Okay, so we're going to do 5 more. Inhale and hold. Draw the Qi up to the heart channel. Exhale. Lead the Qi out the heart channels. Inhale and hold. Inhale and hold. Draw the Qi up. Inhale and hold. Draw the Qi up. Inhale and hold. Draw the Qi up. Inhale and hold. Draw the chi up. One more. Inhale and hold. Draw the chi up. Okay, it's kind of hard to talk when you're also trying to hold your breath. All right, notice that when we have the arms up, we have the arms relaxed, so not tight. I think everybody was doing that. And shoulders down and relaxed. As we do that. All right, so we did that 7 or 8. Well, 8 counting the demonstration. And the recommendation is to do 3 sets of 7. But we'll just continue now with more loosening up, as I want to do the white crane Qigong, so that we have a chance to be a little bit more active and moving the legs, as well as the upper body and the arms. So white crane Qigong, let's start with the swimming octopus. So remember that some of the white crane exercises have a yin and yang specified, and most of them don't. So when there's no yin and yang energy to the movement, the breathing can be in either direction. So you can inhale this way and exhale this way, or you could do the opposite with swimming dragon. And of course, try to involve the whole body, with the movement starting in the bottoms of the feet, in the root, and everything connected to the tips of the fingers. Now this is very good for the wrists, and of course if you're just concerned about the wrists, you can do this sitting down and you don't have to move the whole body. But if you're standing up and you have the chance to connect the whole body, that's a better way to do the exercise, so that you get benefit from more than just the wrists. And I probably told you all that story about Dr. Young freaking out the woman in the Boston traffic one day by doing this at a red light. So be careful about doing this around fragile people, because they might think you're stealing their soul or something. Particularly if you go like this. Okay, so. Okay, so that's swimming octopus. We can also do now the finger wave. So there's 2 ways to move the fingers. So the traditional white crane way is just to move the base joints, which is like this, with the other joints being immobile. middle, ring, middle, index, thumb, and thumb, index, middle, ring, and little. Now, congratulations, you passed the cognitive test. Now, the other way to move the fingers is not traditionally white crane, but it's to bend all the joints like this. And with this kind of movement, remember there are also two modes. One is this mode that I'm doing now, which is very relaxed. And that's for injury or arthritis to the fingers, okay? And then there's the modes where you use power, like when you imitate the tiger claw or the eagle claw, and you use muscular power like that. That's to strengthen the joints. And I don't recommend doing that unless, unless your joints are young and healthy. So that would be using muscular power, and this is just movement to help heal the joints. Okay, and now we'll do the downward dropping. So downward dropping does have a yin and yang energy. So the yin energy is here, this is inhale. And the yang energy is here, this is exhale. And again, you can do this very gently if you have injury or arthritis in the wrists, or you can do it with more power if you want to strengthen the wrists. But if you have injury or arthritis, you first try to heal the injury or relieve the arthritis before you try to strengthen the joints. So, and if I give you the side view here, from the bottoms of the feet, from the root, like so. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, so let's do the downward dropping. We'll alternate hands. In and out. In and out. So of course, you know, when we coordinate the whole body, connect everything from the root, our movements are much more powerful and efficient than if we were just to use one part of the body. By that I mean, if I do this, much less power and efficiency, also doesn't even feel good for the wrist to do that, whereas connecting the whole body feels much better. All right, now let's go to the sideward spreading, up and down, well, sideways spreading. So we have sideways spreading upward, and sideways spreading downward. And this has a yin and yang also. So here is the yin part, inhale. And here is the yang part, exhale. And this is the first one where we have the opportunity to use the white crane hand form, like this. Okay. Thumb under the index finger and the other three fingers raised. So, sorry, I still haven't quite got my voice back from either pneumonia vaccine or allergies or both. So, upward spreading. Downward spreading. And the white crane movements should be very, very relaxed for a white crane soft Qigong. Okay, now up and down spreading. Up and down spreading. So inhale and exhale. In and out. Now, if you know 4 gates breathing, you can do 4 gates breathing with these exercises also. One more round. So you may have noticed that last two classes I put a password on, and password is 464215, and I hope everybody knows where those numbers come from. That's the address. So hopefully everyone will be able to remember. That's the address of the school. You remember the school, right? Okay, now upward flapping. Inhale, exhale. In, out. Or you can do the opposite breathing. Lovely phone ringing. Now, downward flapping. And sideways flapping. Okay. Let me get a drink here before I lose my voice totally. Notice that one hand. Okay, now let the white crane flying go. Well, that didn't help at all, did it? Okay, so starting with forward and backward flying. That's this stuff, okay. Okay, so remember the white crane perched on top of the bamboo tree and the wind starts to blow. The white crane starts to move its wings to keep its perch steady on the swaying bamboo tree. The wind builds up strength and the crane increases its wing movements to keep its perch stable. This has no yin and yang, so you can inhale here and exhale here, or you can do the opposite. And there's only one white crane flying pattern where we go higher than fingertips at shoulder height. That's the left and right flying. Let's step 1 foot forward and rock. Feel your fingers being pulled forward by the movement that starts in the root and then pulls the fingers. It's not fingers starting, it's root, eventually pulling fingers. And let's slide the front foot back so we can rock on the other leg. And let's step back to even stance. We'll gradually reduce the size of the movements. Challenge is when the movements get very small to still keep the whole body connected. Now, alternate single wing flying. Alternate single wing forward and backward flying. So when you're here, you say, oh, such a nice stretch across here. So good for the chest. because of course now your channels, lung, pericardium, and heart channels, nice relaxing stretch, opening up the tissues here also. So, well, this was designed originally to help weight trained martial artists recover from the little wear and tear, micro, what they call micro injuries from the weight trained martial art training. It also has many other health benefits. So now let's put 1 foot forward. Now with 1 foot forward, there's obviously two modes you can do. One is same side, wing and leg, okay? And the other is opposite side, wing and leg forward. Okay, so opposite side, wing and leg forward. Same side, wing and leg forward. Okay, so let's go with same side. Now let's change feet. And we're going to do same side, wing and leg forward. You notice how sometimes when you do exercises, people get injured? I don't know how anyone could possibly injure themselves doing this. If they do it correctly, I mean, if they go crazy or something, yeah, but if they do it correctly, it's like, no way. No impact, no jerky movements, everything smooth and flowing. Well, I suppose if you decided to do 200 repetitions, maybe you could strain your muscles a bit. But we're only doing about 12. Okay, back to even stance. Gradually reducing the size of the forward and backward flying movements. And let's do straight backwards flying. Straight backwards flying will look like this. Okay? So, starting small. Two waves in the body. One coming from the root up to the center of the chest. The other going from the center of the chest out to both fingertips at both hands. Two waves, coordinated. Wave coming up, triggers wave going out. Feels good to inhale when the arms are back, but you can do the other way as well. Shoulders down and relaxed. 1 foot forward. Well, if I had a larger living room and a camera person, we could do stepping. You can do stepping with this too. Okay, so, but I can only take about 1 step before I get out of the camera frame. Remember, the movements are very gentle and very soft and very slow. Change legs. If you did these fast, of course, you could injure yourself. You could probably catapult your head across the room. But the movements are done slowly and softly. That's why it's called soft Qigong. And step back to even stance. Now, we're going to connect 2 movements. So we're going to connect external to internal circling. So the way I did that was from here just to go like this, okay? Here. Not always necessary to completely stop one pattern before starting another. Once you get the feeling, once you have what I call the groove in the movement, if you don't have the groove in the movement, if you're not doing the movements correctly, then blending one pattern into another will not work right. Step 1 forward, 1 foot forward. If you've been in one of the white crane classes, remember that you can have at least 3 different hand positions. So one is palm vertical, like this. Then you could have palm horizontal, downward. And you could have palm mixed, vertical and horizontal. In the different hand positions will make a difference for the effect on the muscles and tendons of the arms and shoulders. Did we change legs? Let's change legs. Step back to even stance, and we'll transition to alternate single wing, external to internal circular flying. Remember that we only go up to shoulder height, hands at shoulder level. That's as high as we go, except for left and right flying. And then let's put one foot forward, and this time let's do opposite wing, opposite leg forward. So you have a nice twist here. It's very good for the lymph nodes here in the gleanal area and the sexual glands here. Get a nice massage as we twist. Remember, do the twisting in your waist and hips, not with your knees. Step the front foot back, opposite wing, opposite leg forward. We'll step up to even stance. And now we're going to go alternate single wing backward circular flying. Now remember, we left the white crane on top of the swaying bamboo tree. And imagine that the wind starts to die down and our crane begins to reduce the size of its wing movements. Smaller and smaller, the wind softer and softer, till finally the wind comes to a stop and our white crane places both wingtips in front of his lower dantian. You didn't know cranes did that, did you? So now we'll finish with the hands on the lower dantian, mind in the center of the lower abdomen, as we spend a few minutes holding the mind steadily in the lower dantian and allowing the qi, which goes where the mind leads it, to return to its residence in the lower dantian. Okay.